while you were gone. Well, actually, this is a horrible way of doing this. But welcome back to another video. And literally, the last video is being filmed the same day we're filming this, and so we're gonna get this done pretty much all today. Like, we got the box, and we're gonna do I think we're gonna end up doing all of it by today, maybe. But so far we put the supercharger on, and it's all been secured. The fuel rails, and then we just got
injectors.
Yeah, sorry. And then the
fuel rail sensor.
Fuel rail sensor, and then this is the alternator bracket. Got that, and then we have the alternator on. So that's good. And so now we are doing something with the pulleys over there, and we got to put the belt on. What's after that? The intake has to go on at some point.
There's a belt tensioner that we have to fabricate, and then we have to finish putting the alternator bracket on.
Yeah.
And there's some idler pulleys that we have to put on. I don't know. The belt we got is an 8-rib belt. We'll have to cut it down to 6. I'm not so sure when we'll get to that part of it yet. I'll have to look at the instructions and see. But yeah, we're making progress though. We had a little hiccup there with the rails or the fuel injectors. So we did.
So this is gonna be fun. It looks pretty nice.
We're having fun.
Yeah, looks pretty nice on it, and well, I'm not really used to seeing this because you have the supercharger, but the alternator like goes somewhere around here, but now it's over here, and so it's kind of different. So yeah, we'll finish this up, maybe time lapse a bit of it. This is probably gonna be a shorter video, but we'll figure it out. So yeah. Now this is an update. I think we already said that, but now we got this
Alternator on,
which will that's a bracket or
the elbow
for the throttle body's gonna go on here, and then
yeah,
the intake.
if we had a gasket, we might be able to put it on there. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess
We had a gasket.
so. Turns out we won't finish this today.
Stretch. Here, we put that. I built the Franken tensioner.
Oh yeah, we put that on. That's good.
This.
But it turns out that we won't be able to do the supercharger complete today. So within the same video tomorrow, we'll be back.
I'm not done.
And
A little bit more to do.
that's basically we'll update you on what happened. So tomorrow we will continue this same video. But yeah. See you later. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come very far from the last time you saw, or the last time lapse I should say. And so, you saw this throttle body here get installed. Then we ran into a problem with the dipstick here. This piece here could not go on because this was underneath of it. So you wouldn't have been able to put it on. You'd have to force it. Anyways, we moved that, and so now that's there. This is okay. That's good. And we got this on, and then the intake. So now this is all here done, and there's not much left. We got the fuel lines connected, and I don't know. Do you have anything to say? I think I covered it all. Well, that's the update. So. Okay, so from the last time you saw us, this was all here. This whole cold air kit thing was here. But now, what is the problem that we ran into?
Well,
Mr.
to even
Doc?
get the cold air kit to fit, we had to
Oh, I already told that. We had to move the...
You said that?
Yeah, I already said that in the last one.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got it on. I already showed you that. But now it's off. because, well, we have to eventually take this throttle body off, which is just 4 screws. It'll easily be done. But anyways, what's the problem?
Well, I'm running all the vacuum lines, and there's some fittings back here that you just really can't reach with the throttle body on, so we'll have to take the throttle body off to get to them. You can't hear me?
No, not through the camera.
I said
No, I
There's
mean,
some-
you're just getting really low, so.
there's
I mean,
some vacuum fittings in the back of the throttle body. There's a bypass valve back here
Mhm.
with a vacuum fitting, and there's a couple vacuum fittings on the elbow that we have to get to.
Mhm.
And the only way to get to them really is to take this throttle body off.
Talking about this black one, this thing with the cover here.
Yeah, there's one there, and then there's
Yep.
another one back here on this one. Right there, you can't hardly see it. That nipple there,
Yeah.
that's the bypass valve. That's going to eventually connect to this. This will connect to this barb fitting here.
And we also need a longer hose for
I got to buy more vacuum line because
Yeah.
what I have is not long enough
to
for
connect
the
one from here.
PCV to the cold air kit. And
it's
then the
just-
PCV on this side, that's going to go to that other nipple here on the throttle body.
You need to get more.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some more vacuum line. Once I get those vacuum lines, then the vacuum part of it is all finished, and the
Mhm.
fuel is all finished. So the next up is going to be
Electronics.
all the electrical stuff. So I've got to lengthen the alternator wiring. Then there's all sorts of other wiring that needs to be lengthened.
Yeah, this is just
The
gonna
fuel
be
pressure sender.
really, really fun.
And then we've got to completely wire the show 'em fuel pump. Not the fuel pump, the water pump. So this water pump's going to have to get completely wired. I got to get a couple nuts here to secure it down, but this all has to get wired. And then we have to do what? Put the cold air kit back in. The fuel pump has to be changed out.
Mm-hmm.
After we get the fuel pump changed out, we fill the coolant up, double and triple check all the connections, and then we should be able to put the battery back in, and then we should be able to fire it up.
It'll be a miracle if this thing actually
If it
starts.
never runs again, it'll be a miracle.
Well,
I'll buy a lottery ticket or two.
We are at the point where there's no turning back, which we were a while ago, but I guess we're finally saying it now. There is no turning back. If we run into a problem, we're gonna have to spend some money and fix it.
Oh yeah, did you show him the?
Oh yeah. So he broke the belt tensioner. Is that what it's called? I think so. Chipped a little piece off of it there. I don't know. I guess we were trying to get this belt perfect here. What were you trying to do? I know you.
So
broke
there's
the little piece.
there's some pre-tension on this Franken-tensioner, they call it a Franken-tensioner. This puts a lot of pressure on that belt because under boosted applications, there's going to be a lot more grip needed so it doesn't slip. And so that puts an extra amount of tension on the belt. Well, you've got to have the right range adjusted. And by moving pulleys up or down, or making using larger or smaller idler pulleys, you can kind of get in that range. So there was a 1/4 inch dry fitting in here that I was using to adjust the tension, or at least release the tension to put the belt on, and it cracked. And this big old chunk of it came out. I thought I had one.
It's okay to run, but we are going to get it replaced. And we are also going to get a spare belt. And if you're wondering what happened to his finger, I don't know if you saw on his thumb, but he was cutting 2 of the ribs off. And, well, why don't you just show us what happened?
Oh, it's not that bad.
It just kind of dug into
just
it. And
leveled
it
up.
won't stop bleeding either, that's the thing.
The belt, because of the length, they don't make a 6-rib belt in that length. They only make it an 8-rib. So I had to take a razor blade, a sharp cutting knife, put it in the vise, slide the belt over it to get rid of the 2 additional ribs that we don't need. And in the process of doing that, I slipped and cut my thumb. But it'll be all right.
It happens. So
So,
we'll get a few time lapses in, a few more documentaries or whatever.
You shouldn't be talking with stuff in your mouth,
And we'll be coming back.
right?
And
They don't appreciate that.
we'll be coming back with some updates.
Next weekend.
Yeah, so that's
Next weekend.
this is Sunday night. It is
Yep.
freaking dark outside, and
Have a good week, everybody.
well, this is probably gonna be the same video as once I said, but we'll figure it out. This is already gonna be like 10 minutes now. Well, that's it for today. So we'll come back with an update later.